those of you who don't know me, my name is Deborah Sandy, and that. This is my country. My people and my tribe, they are from here, Magunchin. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge my ancestor, Miggin, traditional Aboriginal from this homelands here. Was born just down the road here, Brisbane Botanical Garden. Miggin was his traditional name. Miggin means the shape of the spike. You know his spearhead and the spike? That's that top part up here, the Miggin, my ancestor. Our language spoken here in Magunchin is Yagara Yugarapul. That's our language. I'd like to acknowledge each and every one of you here tonight. Adani, Adani, Adani. No, no, no. Shame, shame, shame. So, to all my elders, past and present, I'd like to acknowledge my parents. My dad, first and foremost, Desmond Sandy, and my mother, Joyce Ann Cullum. Now, before I do a traditional customary welcome, it's customary for me to know exactly who all you fellas are and where you all come from, right? It's just the same as if you went to somebody's house, you knock on that door, and you wait there till somebody lets you in. In Aboriginal customary laws, our neighbouring countries, our neighbouring tribe and tribal people, the next tribe and the next tribe, Waka and Cubby. Say for instance, those people were to come onto our country, what they would do was wait at the border lines until one of the traditional people of this homeland welcomed them onto country. So, on the count of 3, can you please all tell me your name and where you all come from? 1, 2, 3. Jingawala Walu, Goodnam, Mugwai, Djarada. On behalf of the Chepra people, Yagara Yugarpul speaking, I, Deborah Sandy, welcome you here tonight, each and every one of you, each and every one of us, for this occasion, on this sacred grounds on which we meet. And like the stars of the Southern Cross, which help to guide and unite, which brought each and every one of us here tonight, for this occasion against Adani. So, this year here is International Year for Language, and a lot of us here are trying to revise our language. So, I'd like to share a word with each of you, and that can all you fellas here repeat this after me? Merrigan. And now if you all look up, that means star. Merrigan. Merrigan. Thank you very much. Hey, no to Adani. Power to the people.
Yeah, so a bit of a challenging week, folks. I reintroduced my bill to stop Adani, but they don't let us actually debate our bills very often. And then the Nationals moved a motion that said they support the Adani mine and they support opening up the Galilee Basin, and they called a vote on it. And I kind of held my breath because I still had some hope that there might be some others in the chamber that would say, no, of course we don't support new coal in a climate emergency when we've got better ways of creating jobs and better ways of keeping the lights on. But unfortunately, it was only the Greens that voted against that motion, and I watched as every single person crossed the chamber and sat to vote for Adani and for opening up the Galilee Basin. And it was just us sitting there thinking, have they lost all sense? What happened to science? What happened to traditional owner rights? What happened to those clean energy jobs that we know we could be generating? What happened to that half of the reef that died from coal-induced climate change? We will celebrate on the day that we stop this mine, because we'll not only be stopping this mine and potentially the 6 or 7 others that could go ahead, but we will be stopping the corporate stranglehold over our democracy. We'll be taking it back, and we will celebrate that day. So thank you, everyone. You are all absolute heroes. Stop Adani!
The water to us is our dreaming, the Mundinjara, the Mundikara, which is the rainbow serpent. It's a story that is right around this nation. It's told by over 500 different groups in our land. And the story dates back to the beginning of time, when the water first came from the middle of the earth, and when the water came from the heavens, and when it met here, and it became part of the land. Everything come from water. We all come from water. We're from water. We spend 9 months in water. You know what I mean? We belong to water. Without water, we don't have life. And my great-grandmother, she's the water people. They're the people from the water. And she married my grandfather, he's the fire, the Buri people. And that's why they come together traditionally and they married that way. And so this is the problem. With no water, then the fire is going to sweep through that country and it's going to burn everything up. And it's going to consume that whole country. And all those pastoralists and all that land is going to be under fire and it'll be turned into a desert. We've got to protect the water. We've got to stop Adani from taking that water. We've got to stop the government from allowing them to open up the Galilee Basin. We've got to push the government. We've got to keep telling the government, take away those leases. Don't let them have the water. And you as people with good moral fortitude and your conscience will tell other people that you can stop this. You have the freedom of political communication. You can keep talking about this government or what this government's done. I'm just totally appalled by what I've heard here from Larissa and how they've done that in government. They've done the same thing to us. They changed and amended the native title legislation with the McGlade decision over in Western Australia, where the full bench of the federal court over there said that you needed to have a consensus and not majority rules. And the federal government with George Brandis ended our court case. And then they shut our court case down and they amended the native title legislation. That's why I'm up for $600,000 in court costs, because the government, everybody ganged up against me. They don't care about our land, they're going to trash it. So, thanks for all your support, and it's good to see so many faces here, and just keep fighting, okay? Be strong, and stand against Adani, and stop that mine from going ahead. Thank you. Bye.
say on behalf of the people of stand in solidarity with your work.